Hello friends and family of YouTube. Well, I thought today I would throw together quite a variety show for you. Show you a little bit of what's been going on around here and what I'm into today. You can see there's a lot of water back here, man. We've had a lot of rain, been kind of flooding. So anyway, I'll start you off with that and show you what else I'm into. Well, we've had rain for, I don't know, probably 5-6 days now. Taking little Muppy out for a walk. But anyway, the rain is, man, I tell you what, our ground is really saturated. And we're supposed to have the 2 worst days of the rain coming up. Today is Friday, and supposed to start raining again here in about another 30 minutes. And gonna rain continuous for the next 2 days solid. And they're saying tomorrow we might actually have some tornadoes along with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So not sure how that's gonna pan out. But anyway, this is about, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile from my house. You can see how strong this water is flowing through here. And this is the water coming from my family's property and mine as well. But I would imagine this time tomorrow, this road will probably be overflowed all the way across here. Anyway, gonna take Muppy for a little walk. Like I said, it's gonna be raining solid for the next 2 days and gonna start up here in about 30 minutes. So she and I is gonna get a little exercise in. Well, we all know there are some bizarre people out there in this world, and we don't understand how people's minds really think. But sometimes it's kind of fun to question how people's mind thinks. See these 2 pieces of bread here just laying in the ditch? Kind of give you an idea here. This is the road. And if you go down into the ditch, there's 2 slices of bread. Now you're probably thinking, well, what's so strange about that? Well, the strange thing is that me and Muppy walk down this road quite a bit. And for the last 6-8 months, I have seen slices of bread just thrown in the ditch. So somebody has to drive down this road here and just be like, all right, let me toss a slice over here. And let me throw a little slice over there. I probably need one over here too. Maybe a little slice down there. But there's never any peanut butter, there's no jelly, there's no ham tossed in the ditch. So, you know, you couldn't make a sandwich. I don't know what they're thinking. Why is there just slices of bread just randomly thrown out here? Now, I will say this. From time to time, there are meth labs built in these woods here. And I don't know, maybe somebody thinks, well, you know, maybe I've got a family member out there who's become a meth head, and I feel like I need to drop off some bread for him to survive. I've never turned over a loaf slice of bread, so let me see if there's something under here. Maybe this is like, if you see a slice of bread, that's where I hid the money, or that's where I hid some kind of drugs or something. I don't know. Strange. Okay, the slice of bread thing gets even more strange. Look at that. That slice of bread is oval shaped. Those other slices have been square shaped. So now we know that they are buying multiple brands of bread to toss up and down through this ditchway here. And it was a long way between this slice here and those last 2 slices. So I don't know if they're for animals or if they're for meth heads building meth labs out in these woods or not, but they're evidently not eating their sandwiches like somebody's tossing out here for them. So I don't know, we'll walk a little ways and see if we can see another one. Here's an empty pack of cigarettes. Alright. And let Muppy get ahead of me. She's pulling on me and I'm trying to hold this phone at the same time. But I gotta show y'all just how random these slices of bread are. And I wonder, does this bread caper that comes down through here, That's a good name, isn't it? All right, Muppy, stop. We got a car coming. Come here. All right, so anyway, let's see if the bread caper has been visiting through here. No, they just been throwing out bottles, beer cans. There's even a little shampoo bottle right there. Somebody was, I guess, shampooing their hair as they was driving down the road. Felt like, man, I really got to wash my hair as I ride down the road here and throw out this bottle. I can't take it home. Even though we spend $15 a month on garbage collection at our home, people would rather throw it in the ditch here. That's how I discovered this bread caper situation. Is me and my mom, we come through here picking up trash a couple of times a year, trying to keep it clean, because some people don't. But now I don't see any evidence from the bread caper. So, well, one of the projects I got going on today is this old truck here. This was my very first vehicle growing up as a teenager. My dad handed this down to me. We used this out here to cut firewood and haul firewood in the back of it. And of course, anytime we'd go fishing, this was a truck we'd always use. And back then it had one of those big camper shell things on the back of it. But anyway, when I turned 16, I took the camper shell off, and this was my truck. And later on in life, my brother ended up with it. So anyway, today I'm putting a carburetor on this thing. This is a 66 Ford truck, F100. And it's got the 240 engine with a straight, that's a straight six, with a 3-speed on the column. Well, as I said, I put a brand new carburetor on this thing. The one that was on here had a lot of trash build up in it, and got to where you couldn't get the float to go up and down right on it. And every time I bought a carburetor kit, they didn't have the right float kit in there to make this thing work. So I decided, well, we'll just go ahead and buy a new one, stick that on here, and so now we're gonna see if we can get this thing running. Well, we got it sounding pretty good. The gas in that truck's pretty old, and we've got 3 fuel filters on there, so that's probably cutting down the fuel pressure. But at the same time, we're trying to filter out that fuel as good as we can, but seems like it's running okay now. Well, it was able to make a 1-mile trip, so evidently we got something going right on it. Well, those of you that's been watching my channel for a while, you may recognize the building behind me. This is my rental property, and the guys that are renting from me, they've got a gun store in here right now, and they told me they've got a bird that's been going in the attic, so I've got to find out where it's getting in and take care of that. Well, I walked all around the building, and that's the only thing I can see is that vent right there. They're probably getting into that. We had a tornado come through here, actually 3 of them over the last year and a half. So there's supposed to be like a kind of like a screen netting behind there, and I would imagine in that tornadic winds it probably blew that down. So I'll have to put up some kind of screen outside here and do that in a couple of days from now, I guess. Once it dries up a little more out here. I've got some other work I need to do, so I'll come do everything all at once. And last year I showed you the fruit trees that are back here. I've got about 20 of them, so I'm gonna have to come up here and trim up on these fruit trees a little bit, do some pruning, and spray them for bugs and that sort of thing. So figure I'll do everything all at once, but Man, these things were loaded last year, and we had a drought right at probably about a month before they were ready to pick, so I lost all my fruit. Didn't get to eat any. Something happens every year. Either way, I never get to eat this fruit, but hopefully one of these days these trees will produce and make me some supper or make me some money. Well, I know it wasn't as much fun as going to Disney World, but hopefully you had some fun hanging out with me today for a little while. Well, I've got to adjust all the clocks. For those of you that are not from the United States, we do this thing called daylight saving time. We take our clocks in the spring and in the fall, and we move them back and forth an hour each way, and really something ridiculous. But I had a good conversation with some friends the other night, and I told them, I said, man, if I could get in a time capsule and go back in time, I would go back to the day that the man decided, hey, this is a great idea to do this daylight saving time. I would go to that guy and say, look, I just traveled from time ahead. I am 50 years from now, and I'm going to tell you, nobody likes this thing. Nobody thinks this is a great idea. And a matter of fact, I brought a pie with me so I could put a pie in his face. Hey, if you could get in a time travel machine, who would you put a pie in their face? Y'all tell me down in the comments below. And if you think this daylight saving time thing is a good idea, hey, y'all leave a comment and tell me why this is a great thing that we do. Anyway, folks, I hope y'all have a great week ahead. Thanks again for spending some time with me. I hope to see y'all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.